My days, I'm about to pull. Okay. What the hell? Okay, bro. What the hell is this luck? What is this? Oh my days.
Have you any inquiries for me? Allow me to divine an answer for you.
Okay, bro. Okay. Okay, bro. That was crazy. Guys, this is crazy. Oh my dudes. Really got me. Like single touch. That was crazy. Actually, yeah. I agree. Chainsaw Man is actually good. I'm gonna get a weapon. Yeah. Oh my god. That's crazy. Oh man. Oh.
Build like this giant landscape, this fiery looking nether area, and most importantly for today, this giant village which has some really strange terrain. Loads of questions come to my mind, like if the build will actually be buildable in vanilla Minecraft, and also if it will actually look any good without all the visual effects. And so I'm going to give building the village area my best shot, and if it works out, it means you'll all be able to explore the world of the Minecraft movie before it even comes out. So before I begin, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing to the video. I've done a lot of things, and so if you enjoy this sort of content, then I hope you stick around. So anyway, let's begin. Now the best place to begin this build would be with the terrain. I say that, but the actual first step was for me to go through the trailer and take images of any time that the village area appeared. They didn't really show the area much, and so I only got a few images to use as a reference. I'll have to guess everything else as we go. So that finished, I then went to the shop to buy a monster, as I planned to build the whole thing
Man.
so that nobody else could build it. It turns out that
Okay, finally. That's all I'm saying. Finally. Let's go. It is the only certain engine I'll ever get. Yay!
Awaiting further instructions.
Looking for intel? Or hiring me for a job?
This here was definitely the hardest part of the terrain, getting the art to look good. I tried to keep the design as blocky as possible, before smoothing out some of the edges a bit to make it look more rugged and rocky. It still looks like it's formed out of giant rocks.
Nothing to fear.
Is it work time? Is food included? I'm assuming there'll be some kind of reason for it in the film. Unless it's
Man, that was crazy.
It certainly does. I then went round to the back of the terrain, which is going to be the hardest part of the entire recreation, as the only image of what it looks like is in the background of this shot of the castle. Finally, I then painted everything.
That was crazy.
I can help you ward off misfortune and disaster.
But I wanted to switch it up to also use a lot of terracotta to give it a
Ta-da!
slightly darker colour. Before we can begin adding houses, we need to make a couple of trees which we can reuse around the build. These were very difficult to build, as in the movie they used micro blocks to build these, which is impossible to do in game.
Oh
I
man.
still tried to make the trees look similar
Well,
to the ones in the
time to
film,
build.
at least as much as I could. We'll notice this more when we get to the houses, but I really wish that all of the designs in the movie were actually fully survival friendly. I don't know why the builds in a Minecraft movie would be impossible to actually build in Minecraft. With the trees done, I then placed them all over the arch. We'll also be placing them around the terrain as we build everything. And with that, the terrain work is infinite. It may only be a few minutes of this video, but that gives me about 10
Oh my days.
Orders received. Roger, I'm here. In position. Copy that. Okay.
Okay. Whoa, this is weird.
Orders received.
Oh, it's E?
Target confirmed. Go.
I have to change that.
I really wanted to add more details, but I stopped myself as from what I can see the houses are all pretty basically designed. There are some micro details in the film on some of the houses, but I can't really match those, and so I'm just leaving them out. With the windmill done though, I then copied it over to where the second windmill is located, switching up the roof design to match the film. From here we can then start on this cool mountainside village area. This area consists of about 6 houses, which will overlook the village from the side. They're all quite distant.
Bro, what? Where is that?
Really cozy to live in. We'll be able to reuse a few of these designs later on, as I noticed a lot of the houses in the trailer look identical, like they've been copied and pasted over. Pretty much every single house will be named using an oak log outline on each corner, then being filled in with either sandstone, cobblestone, or oak planks. These blocks are also quite similar to default villages. I really hate that I wasn't able to get the
any
windows
V?
perfect, as in the film there seems to be actual detailed window frames which I obviously can't replicate in game. Instead, I just used a mix of gates and fences, as well as sometimes scaffolding blocks which look a bit more detailed. I do think that I maybe made the terrain a little bit too big in scale, as the houses look tiny on it and much smaller in scale than they do in the movie. To try and fix this though, I adjusted the height of the terrain quite a lot while working on the houses, which you might spot a bit more significantly a bit later on. From here, I then started adding even more houses along the main pathway, as well as a couple of trees as I went and some bushes. I'm trying to really get the positioning of everything, including the trees, absolutely perfect, or something will just look off about it all once it's finished. These 2 houses are for sure my favourites, as they're just located in this big field by the window, with nothing else around. And then this house was also pretty cool. I don't really know what to say, as I'm basically just building a bunch of basic houses, but it's slightly bigger than the other ones. A lot of the houses in this more central area of the village, right under the archway, are bigger than the rest. We'll get to the rest of them a bit later on though, as for now I just want to focus on the smaller designs, like for this well that's connected to what I'm guessing is a small animal pen. I noticed that on the right side of the terrain, the houses seemed a lot more spaced out, with lots more nature in between each. There's even this small farm area which you might recognise the houses from, as they're reused from the first area that we made. In the back of the houses you'll find a small garden area with lots of farms, which leads you down the hill to this birch house. This house is a lot brighter than the rest, and sits right next to a river which is the perfect setting to live in. Sorry for jumping all around the place so much, but the last area to quickly build before we get back to the central part of the village is the dock. I basically did all the hard work for this while I was making the terrain, but I just had to add in a small house which I'm assuming is used as like a supply shed, as well as a small wooden dock you can walk along. And then while I was by the ocean, I decided to quickly go around the edges of all of the terrain, placing down sugarcane.
Bruh.
And then I just finished adding in the final houses along the pathway, which will lead to the central village. This is also the point where I realised that the texturing looks awful on the art, and so I added in some terracotta like I spoke about earlier, and made some other small adjustments. The central area under the arch is the most difficult part of the entire build, and I genuinely almost gave up at this point.
Evade now. Evasive maneuver. I've got your six. Roger. Behave. This won't hurt. Nah. Taking the shot. Stop resisting. Neat and tidy. No room for mistakes.
Copy that. I'm here. Roger. Fine.
An opening!
We'll copy that. Neutralize. Behave now.
Surrender your weapon! Better clear out!
Roger. This won't hurt.
Hands up! Locking in.
Considering Windows have dialogue, which would be cool to see. I experimented a bit with the height of it just to ensure that it matches in the film, and I think I was able to get it right. It stands out perfectly, especially from far away. While I finish building this area, I want to quickly mention that I'm going to post a download for this world for free in my Discord right after posting the video. Normally I'd set like goals and stuff, but I can imagine that a lot of people want to try the world out, to explore or use in animations. Feel free to use it for whatever you want. I'll leave a link to join my Discord in a pinned comment. But with that, the front area of the world was completed. Unfortunately though, we've still got the back to do.
Awaiting further instructions.
Do you want me to fight? Or cook?
Bro, I even got finding you. I just realized I need finding you. No, I might be. Let's just do 4 equals. Because I need finding you. Come on. Pending new? Yeah, 2 pending news. Let's get it up to and say it's okay, bro. What the hell? 2 S ranks? What the hell?
I hope my songs can always keep you company.
What the? This is a very interesting day for me.
May you forgive this
Oh my
transgression,
god.
the devotion.
Okay, I won, then I lost, which means I'll win my next one. And I actually hate this. I'm too lucky.
Ready and waiting.
Oh my god.
Is the concert cool?
Man is iron.
I can help you work.
Come on, let's get to work.
Man, I hate